My name is Paula Celik, and I'm 26 years old, and I'm from the Chicagoland area. I currently train at CrossFit AMRAP in Lake in the Hills, Illinois. I am a CrossFit athlete with a brachial plexus injury resulting in Erb's palsy. So basically, I have a birth injury that when I was being born, I was a really big baby, and I had like really broad shoulders, and so my right arm got stuck up over my head. And when the doctor pulled me out, he pulled my right arm and my arm nerves from my spine and my 5th and 6th vertebrae. And so it resulted in nerve damage that I've had surgeries to help repair some, but it left me with Erb's palsy. So I have limited mobility and use of my right arm and shoulder, and it's a little bit underdeveloped in certain ways and stuff. I still have some function, but not all of it. So what got me started in CrossFit was about a little over 5 years ago. Two of my best friends, Alicia and Noelle, started CrossFitting. Alicia actually started first and then got Noelle to join with her. And so being best friends, I was then victim to all of the ongoings and talking about CrossFit and how amazing it was and all of this stuff. And after a while, I would really start to think I really think I'm gonna like this, and I think this is gonna be something I like. But I had so many doubts. I had so many fears because I was like, I can't do a push-up, I can't do a pull-up, I can't use both my arms. Like, how am I supposed to do all these lifts and all these movements? And I just thought it was something that physically I was never gonna be able to do because of my birth injury and the limitations. And so I put it off. But Noelle and Alicia would just kept going on, and they're like, you should try a free class, just try it out, like see how you like it and stuff. And so I finally drummed up enough courage to go to a free class and met the coach and explained the situation. And after that one free class, which I'm pretty sure all we did was kettlebell swings, burpees, and box jumps, I was hooked. I loved the setup of it. I loved the way it made me feel. I loved that I could do it. I loved that it was something that I could adapt to and stuff like that. And so I talked with them. I was like, hey, realistically, is this going to be worth my time and your time as a coach to invest in? Is this worth me trying to figure out how to do as a one-armed athlete? And he was adamant that it was worth it, that it could be adapted to me and all of this stuff, and that we could figure it out. I am the strongest and fittest and healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. But beyond that, I'm the happiest. I have the most self-worth and self-value I've ever had in my life. And I have dreams and hopes that I didn't know I ever wanted. I found something I didn't even know I was ever missing. CrossFit has changed my life. It truly has been one of the most influential and impactful things I've ever done. I never thought I would be doing the things that I'm doing today. I was really lucky, and I grew up with a family and a mom that were really supportive of my birth injury and never labeled me with I can'ts, or they never told people like, oh, Paula can't do that because of her arm or anything like that. But I had a lot of limitations that I put on myself. I was always afraid to do things that made it super aware that my arm was different, or made everyone really aware of things I couldn't do. And so I didn't try. And CrossFit changed that for me. CrossFit took my I can'ts and my I'm not sures and my hesitations, and it threw them out the door. It gave me so much power and so much drive, and it helped me find determination and perseverance that I didn't even know that I had. It gave me a positive outlook towards adapting. I used to think that adapting was a bad thing, or it made me less than, but it showed me how powerful I am and how strong I am. CrossFit gave me a choice in so many things. Growing up, I thought I didn't have options. I thought I was defined and trapped by my birth injury. But with CrossFit, I have learned that it's my choice, and I have the power to put myself out there, to be seen, to grow myself, and to challenge myself. I remember being a little kid and in gym class watching other kids climb the rope and feeling, and at that time knowing that I would never be able to do that. Or we would be at water parks or things like that with rope swings, and I could never do it because I wasn't strong enough to hold my own body weight up. And that was something that as a kid was an impossibility. I was never going to climb a rope. And I cried after I climbed my first rope in CrossFit. It was the most exhilarating thing I had ever done. I just was in awe that something that was such a concrete impossibility had become a reality in my life. And that's what CrossFit has done for me. It has changed my reality. It has taken every I can't and turned it into a strong I can. Some things that I like to do, work out, obviously that's kind of a given, but outside of that, I really love fashion and design, and I love to actually help people find their style and find their aesthetic and feel comfortable in that. And then one of my favorite things to do on a day off or just when I have some free time is go to a coffee shop with a good book and just sit and read and dream. It's really good for my soul. It kind of makes me happy. And then some things that I'm really passionate about is my family. I try to prioritize spending time with them as much as I can. Spending time with my niece and my nephew. And then one of my biggest passions has been kids. Even when I was a kid or when I was younger, I worked with kids in church, in the nursery, and in daycares and stuff like that. And then I went to school to actually be a teacher. I ended up leaving school to spend more time finding myself and figuring some stuff out before I settled into a career. And I ended up working in Costa Rica for a little over 2 years, working with high-risk youth. And just in this process, have really discovered that I love working with kids. They're some of my favorite people, and not only that I want to work and teach with kids, but I want to empower and impact their lives in a way that matters. And I found that CrossFit is a really great way to do this. My gym actually has CrossFit for Kids and CrossFit for Sports classes, and I've been able to watch and see these kids week after week get stronger and feel more confident, and I just have loved that process. And so I love that CrossFit gives a way to create and establish and reinforce good character values and just important things in kids' life in a time that really matters, where they're really at a crucial time in their life in a really easygoing and fun way. And so I love that CrossFit gives that opportunity to work and partner with kids in that way. The reason why I want to coach is I found my passion and so much joy in CrossFit, and I want to pursue it with everything I have. I want to share the things that I've learned and the things that have changed my life with other people, and I really want to see their I can'ts become I cans. So getting my L1 is really just the first step in so many things for me. I really want to get adaptive certified and get the kids certification. Those are two subpopulations that I feel really passionate about. One, I'm an adaptive athlete. It's what I do every day, and I really love the platform that CrossFit is giving adaptive athletes to be competitive, to feel like a true athlete that they are. And so I really wanted to work in that community and help build and grow this amazing group of athletes.
Hi to everybody at CrossFit Pandora's Box. My name is Carmela Riley, and I have had the privilege of working out alongside Paula Celik for the past year at CrossFit AMRA. When Paula asked me for this video recommendation, I began looking into exactly what the scholarship entailed. And after learning more about the Taylor White Memorial CrossFit Scholarship, I know Paula is the best fit because she encompasses everything the scholarship stands for. Just like Taylor Tyler, Paula is affectionately known by all at CrossFit AMRA. Her positive attitude and drive for constant improvement, regardless of any obstacle, is infectious. In addition to her love for fitness, Paula's passion for nonprofit youth development clearly demonstrates her passion for helping others. As an adaptive athlete, Paula has taken her personal fitness to a whole new level this past year. This past February, she signed up for a barbell club at our box, where she began challenging herself outside her comfort zone. She transitioned from strictly using dumbbells to now incorporating barbells regularly throughout her training. Since that moment, Paula has never looked back. Paula began following more adaptive athletes and adaptive training, where she quickly started connecting with people all over the world. Her drive didn't stop with just a barbell, though. Since then, Paula has mastered what used to seem impossible, things like double unders, climbing a rope, and her current goal of handstand push-ups. All of this led to her getting the opportunity to work out alongside other adaptive athletes on the pavilion floor during the CrossFit Games, and then competing in her first local competition this past August. To say Paula is an inspiration is an understatement. There is no obstacle she will not face head-on with 110% effort. As Paula's fitness journey continues, she plans to obtain her level 1 and also an adaptive athlete certificate in order to spread her passion for fitness to other adaptive athletes. Paula Celik has been a role model to me and to so many other people at CrossFit AMRAP. It's hard to believe there could be another candidate more deserving of this scholarship. If awarded the Taylor White Memorial CrossFit Scholarship, it will be the start of Paula's journey to positively impacting the lives of so many others.
Hello, CrossFit Pandora's Box. My name is Hank Aguilar, and I am submitting this video recommendation for Paula Celik for the Taylor White CrossFit Memorial Scholarship. And I've been a coach at CrossFit AMRAP for the last 4 years, for which I've known Paula Celik. And during that time, I've, as many athletes, I've seen them come and go, seen them grow as athletes. And it's been my pleasure to actually coach Paula for a couple of reasons. One, she is a very passionate CrossFitter in her own right. And she does everything at 100%. Doesn't matter what it is. The unique thing about Paula is that she actually is one of our adaptive athletes, actually our only adaptive athlete, and which puts her in a level all by herself, because she has to do things that we take for granted, and she does it without any complaints. And quite often, actually, myself and the other coaches don't even think about it when we're running a class and asking people to warm up. Such as bear crawls or burpees or pull-ups or whatever, and we just don't even think about it. Paula does it without complaint and does it just as well as anybody else. So during the time in the past 4 years that I've known her, she has basically became a much better CrossFitter and also a much better person in her own right. Within the past 4 years, she's actually gone away for quite some time. I believe it was about a year, to Costa Rica, in which she actually was helping an organization help fight against human trafficking. So to say that she has touched the lives of other people in a positive way would be an understatement. She actually does this on a daily basis. When she came back, she fell right back into the community. People are happy to see her. Every time she comes in, she's ready to go with a positive attitude. So I believe that just like Taylor White would come in with a smile from ear to ear, she does the same. And every time she comes in, people are just excited to see her and excited to actually work out next to her. During the past summer here, right around February, we ran a barbell club at CrossFit AMRAP, and I was actually the one running the program. And I found out from the owner that Paula was going to sign up, or Paula did sign up. And we were a little bit concerned because most of the work she's done during that time or before then was actually with a dumbbell. However, we got her in class, and the second day I had a helper, an assistant helping me out. The class was fairly big, so We had an assistant helping out, and she actually recommended to Paula to start working out with a barbell. And because of that, her level of CrossFit has actually just gone way up. She's taken it to a completely different level. She's been able to do things with the barbell that even some able-bodied athletes can't do. From not only just the barbell work, but the Olympic lifts as far as clean and jerks and snatches. But she's taken on many things that she otherwise thought was she couldn't do. Like rope climbs or double unders or pull-ups for that matter, and stringing them together, toes to bar, was a big feat for her. So as far as the positive attitude is concerned, I mean, she definitely exemplifies that. As far as the community aspect is concerned, there's not a person in the gym who could say anything bad, remotely bad about her. They all love working out with her. They are all astonished by the work that she's actually done in the past few months, or half a year. She was invited to the to work in the pavilion, to work out on the pavilion floor at the CrossFit Games in 2018, and was next to Kevin Ogar and Logan Aldridge and a couple of and Chris Stoutenberg, all the guys from Wheel Wad. So it was just an incredible experience, and her leaving there just put in a completely new perspective on what she wants to do. I asked her a few weeks ago. I said, "Hey, what do you want to do with this CrossFit? I mean, like, how far down this rabbit hole do you want to go?" And she just said, without a hesitation, she's like, "I'd love to get my level 1." And actually, that was before she even knew about the Tyler White scholarship. She just knew that it was it was monetarily a little bit harder than she would have thought. But not only does she want to get her level 1, she also wants to get her adaptive certification, and also her CrossFit Kids certification. Her passion is to work with kids. Her passion is to work with people that otherwise don't think that they can do things. So this is the platform that she wants to go head on with. And I believe this scholarship is a starting point for a journey that is well deserved. I know there's going to be a lot of applicants for this, but I can't think of a better one to take this on. So I hope this recommendation finds you well, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us. But as far as Paula Celik is concerned, to say she's deserving of the scholarship is definitely an understatement, and I wish her the best of luck, and thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this.
My name is Paula Celik, and thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Go, go, go!